Of gardening, since you asked. Maintenance, 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 as you will see this in this week's 5 News Garden segment. All right, today we're going to focus on, now that we've got our garden established and more landscaping, as you can see, as this garden has evolved, we're going to talk about pests and maintenance. And Rhett, we're looking at something already here. Explain what we're seeing here. This can't be normal.
Yeah, you see some holes on the leaves and some discoloration. We were looking at it before we started, and I can't really see anything that's there on it right now. But what it could be is it could be a number of things. It could be like a cucumber beetle or flea beetles, or maybe even some slugs or snails. And so we have a product that will cover all of those that we can spray and try to treat that.
What does that mean? You need to pull that off, or is that treatable?
No, it's definitely treatable. I mean, it's a little unsightly, but it's not going to hurt the plant or kill it over time. So as long as we treat it and keep an eye on it, there'll be no problem. All right, so we have our cilantro plant here, and as you can see, it's flowering, and that's what we call bolting on herbs and things like that.
It looks normal to me, but that's not normal.
Not necessarily, but what you can do is just take it and shear it back to the ground. Not too far. You want to leave some leaves on the bottom so it can photosynthesize and produce food. But then once you shear it back, it should have new growth, and you can continue to eat it and use it in your kitchens and whatnot. So just like the cilantro, the basil will tend to bolt easier. And so the basil is a little different. It doesn't get the different leaves like cilantro does. But to help this continue to produce leaves and not flowers, you can just take it on the base of the flower right there and just pinch them off. And now, instead of spending energy and resources in flowering, it'll continue to make leaves, so you can continue to use it in the kitchen and whatever food you may be making.
All right, now we're looking at the tomato plants. Now the rest of these look really nice. They're inside their cages.
Yes.
This one, not so much inside the cage. Is there a way to save this?
Yeah, so as you can tell, it's kind of growing out of the cage. It kind of went on its side. So in this particular situation, the best would probably be to take that cage off, maybe stand it upright and do a little bit of pruning and get it a little bit smaller so we can try and fit that cage back over it.
Well, now that we've pruned it back, we've done a little bit of maintenance, we've had these in the ground now 4 or 5 weeks. Next week, we're going to talk about even more maintenance, maybe topping off. What does that mean? Yeah,
so of course there's always something to do in the garden, so we're going to talk a little bit more about maintenance, maybe more pruning, pest management, and some fertilization.
So you can still put more fertilizer on.
Oh yeah, if you want to continue making those tomatoes and getting them as big as you can, you definitely want to give them some more nutrients.
Okay, we'll do that next week.